Today I've got this buffet that I'm going to be touching up really quick while I have my staging wall already up. I have this listed as is, but I think it'll sell faster if I stage it and kind of update it a little bit. It's going to be a quick one-day update. I'm going to be doing a dark wash to kind of even out all these red tones and sort of just modernize it so it's not so reddish. This will also kind of disguise some of the little blemishes that this piece has. Overall, this piece is in really good condition, so just some polishing and touching it up should make a world of a difference. Oops. I think what I'm going to be doing with this hardware is actually taking off the back plate and still using the original hardware, but it'll simplify it a lot, which is fine because this piece is overall a pretty simple, traditional design. Gonna move over here because it's starting to rain and my tripod is out there. This is another reason why I love my Heart tripod light, because this lighting is terrible right now and I want to keep working. Actually, I might be leaving the back plate on because it did leave some indentions in the wood, but we'll see how it looks after I finish. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this piece with soap and water. The reason I'm cleaning it is because I want to remove any oils from fingerprints to make sure that my products stick. Now it's totally up to you if you want to do this step or not, but I am going to hand sand everything with 400 grit to just kind of smooth it out and give it something for my clear coat to stick onto. Again, this is totally optional, but I think it'll help the product stick and it'll smooth out any little imperfections that we might have without penetrating through the old finish. We don't want to break through the old finish, because this technique is kind of playing off of that old finish. And we just want to make sure that we're sanding with the wood grain. If you're worried about adhesion, another thing you could do is use a clear bonding primer first. Now, because I have all these areas of exposed wood, I'm gonna go ahead and seal it with Clear Shellac, because I don't want my gel stain absorbing too dark into the exposed areas of wood. This really is like magic. And just like that, the rain is gone. Welcome to Florida. Now that the shellac is dry, I'm gonna go ahead and scuff sand again. I've got some spots that are still significantly lighter, so I'm just gonna use this little furniture marker. I'm not going for perfect here, I just want the color to match somewhat better, so it's not as noticeable. It doesn't catch your eye. Now for the dark wash, I'm mixing approximately 70% top coat with 30% paint. I learned this technique from Saved by Design Tennessee on Instagram. She also does this occasionally by mixing water-based gel stains with top coat. I typically take off all the hardware and doors when I'm giving furniture a full refinish. However, I just taped it off since I'm just doing a paint wash. For my dark wash, I chose the color Jet Black because I'm trying to cover up some of those red tones in the mahogany. The reason it looks really blue is because the top coat is mixed into it, as well as Melange paints already having a sealer built into it. I don't mind that it brushes on blue because it actually helps me see where I've already worked the paint. It is important to note that you will see some color variation with your brush strokes, so it's very important that you go in the direction of the wood grain and finish each stroke long and continuously. If it helps, you can tape off each section based on whether the strokes will be vertical or horizontal. However, I feel like I've gotten a pretty good hang of this by now. I also just genuinely love the look of a sort of washed, weathered, dark piece of furniture. So if you want to get a little messy with it, I encourage you to do so. That's just not the look I was going for on this particular piece of furniture. I found that this Armodilla clear coat has a pretty good working time, so I kind of just slather it on there and then come back and straighten out all my brush strokes. Good morning, it's nice and cold today, and I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off this piece by putting a furniture salve on the inside to rejuvenate it. And I'm gonna just clean up the old hardware and put it back on because there is slightly a ring showing where it was. And I don't think the old hardware is dating it too much, so it'll still look cute. I am very happy though that the drawers now match the body much better because before they looked way lighter than the rest of the piece. Now that final little touch that's really going to help sell your furniture is by adding a furniture salve to all of the interior, including the drawer tracks and to the drawers completely inside and out. This is going to make it look so much more hydrated and new, and it's also going to help your drawers slide much smoother. I'm just using some product that I already had on hand, but the one that I like to recommend the most is Howard's Feed and Wax. It has never done me wrong, and it's super affordable. It is. It's a nice day today. Wait, I need you to tell me if you like my buffet.
That with the birds would look really good.
She's always trying to steal my furniture.
I love it.
Okay, I'm gonna go enjoy my coffee while the hardware dries. And then we can stage it and list it for sale. I think that Dunkin' Donuts is like my dream sponsor outside of like, you know, a furniture or tool company. I've cracked the code because if you get espresso based drinks, it's basically a formula, so they're always good. I get the iced macchiato and I usually do like 1 pump of the caramel swirl just to add a little bit of sweetness but not be overwhelmingly sweet. This piece looks a little more federal than my style, personally, but I really can't do anything about that hardware, so we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, I was just looking back at the footage and I liked this piece so much more before I put the hardware back on. It looks like it belongs in a government office. So I think what I'm gonna do is rub and buff it darker so that it blends in a little bit more and isn't so prominent. Okay, I know this picture's too tiny. I'm trying to figure things out here, how I can layer. I feel like that looks pretty nice. I'm just kind of off balance. I need something here. Maybe some candlesticks. Hopefully it's not too cluttered looking. I don't know, do I like that? Or maybe the ducky? Oh yeah, I could put some of the little stems. I always say I suck at staging, but I think I just don't try hard enough. I think this is looking good. Yes, I literally just trimmed stems from the yard. I love that it literally goes with this picture. Now realistically, no, this wouldn't make sense in the house because you'd have to change them out once a week, but it looks so pretty for staging. All right, I'm gonna switch back to the other rug one last time because I know it has some of this purple to tie into it. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the move. Personally, I am so glad that dark furniture is back in style because this is such an easy update. You don't technically have to do any sanding. That was totally optional. Another thing you could do is just use the bonding primer instead of scuff sanding. You're good to go. I think this made a world of a difference and it could totally be done in a day. Super easy flip. Okay, I have a little update for you. So I was just showing somebody this bluish green dresser that I have for sale, and they saw the buffet in the garage and decided to buy it instead. That is such a sign that wood tones are back in style. People are loving them, people are buying them, and doing that dark wood finish is so easy in comparison to the whole prep and painting process. So I'm definitely gonna be doing that more often. I bought that buffet for $100. I was able to refinish it in one day. And I sold it for $500, which I feel like is a very fair price. And I was paid fairly. All in all, it's a win-win. And we need to be taking advantage of the opportunity that wood is back. Dark wood is back. All wood is back.